C Sharp tutorial part 1 using statement. The using keyword has two uses. Create an analysis for namespace as using aliases. Permit the user of the types in a namespace such that you do not have to qualify the use of the type it in that namespace. A using directive. Java programmer should not note that we could use namespace first followed by using or vice versa. The only purpose of the using command is that context is to save you typing and make your code simpler. It does not, for example, cause any other code or libraries to be added to your project. If your code uses base classes, you need to ensure separately that the compiler knows that which assembly to look in for the classes. Implementing the using directive. We will write a console application that uses the hello class. We should just use the full qualified name of the class Arun dot C sharp dot a namespaces. Hello, but this name is quite long and unwieldy. An easier way to use a using directive which makes it possible to use all the types in the namespaces following the qualification. If you could like to call methods without typing the fully qualified name, you can implement the using directive using system using Arun Sharp namespaces class hello static void main hello is equal to new hello system console write line. Here the we will type we will get the hello statement. Using system is the same using directive you have seen in every program in this article. It allows you to type the method names of the members of the system namespace without typing the word system every time. In class hello, console is a class member of the system namespace with the method WriteLine. If the full qualified name is system.console WriteLine, and so on. Note that the two occurrences of the hello are shorthand for Arun.C sharp namespace hello, and C sharp also enables the definition of the class and the use of aliases. Such aliases can be useful in situations in which name collision occur between two libraries, or when the same number of types from a much larger namespaces are being used. Using alias directory. A using alias directory introduces an identifier that serves as an alias for the namespaces or type within the immediate and closing compilation unit or namespace body. Using identifier is equal to namespace or type name within the members declaration in a compilation unit or the namespace body that contains a using alias directory. The identifier introduced by the using alias directory can be used to reference the given namespace or type. For example, namespace N1 or N2 class A namespace n3 using a, n1 and n2 and a. Here is an example for that. Here within the member declaration in n3 namespace, a is an alias for n1 n2 dot a, where class 3.1 derives from the class n1 n2 and a. The same effect can be obtained by creating the aliases r for n1 dot n2 and then referring r dot a namespace n3 using r is equal to n1 dot n2 class b is r dot a. It is similarly as the above code. You can see that here and here. The identifier of using alias directory must be unique within the declaration space of the compilation unit or namespace that immediately contains the using alias directory. Using namespace directories a using namespace directories imports the types containing in a namespace into the immediate enclosed compilation unit or namespace body, enabling the identifier of each type to be used without qualification. Using namespace directory using namespace dash name within the member declaration in the compilation unit or namespace body that contains a using namespace directory. The types contained in the given namespace can be referred directly. For example, namespace n1.n2 class A, namespace n3 using n1.n2 class B.a, so on. Thanks for watching. Here within the member declaration in the n2 namespace, the type members of n1.n2 are directly available, and thus call n3.b derives from n1, n2 and a, like a used alias directory. A used namespace directory does not contribute any new members to underlying declaration space of the compilation unit or namespace, but further affects only the compilation unit or namespace body in which it appears. The namespace name refers to the using namespace directory in the is resolved in the same way as the namespace or type name referred by a using alias directory. Thus, using a namespace directory is the same compilation unit or namespace body do not affect each other and can be written in any order. The conclusion is as follows. C# programmer are organized using namespace. Using directories are provided to facilitate the use of namespace. From this article, we can understand the need and the usage of the namespaces in the classes. The namespaces can hold other types of are also as follows: classes, structures, interface, enumerator, dialog, namespace are used as an internal organization system for a program and as an external system, a way of presenting the program elements that are exposed to other programs.